At the load screen. Oh, Riot Singed! What? No! I was just talking about that. This is the round of 4 game. This is Cheese Enema versus Blind Pick Banditos. On the top of the map, we have Cheese Enema, SifuCalvin playing as Wukong, Archos playing as Pantheon, Wawix playing as Sona, Lerch playing as Rumble, and Kraogg playing as Riot Singed. I'm Gandair, and casting with me today is
Chobra here, and on the bottom portion of this loading screen, we have Blind Pick Banditos with Talith on that Pulsefire Ezreal, Elalya on Poppy, Aesh on Maokai, Jjaja on Malphite, and Aparkhurst on Nidalee. Cool stuff.
80s
cool
leopard
stuff.
print Nidalee.
Oh yeah, wow, I haven't seen that skin in forever.
Underwater Malphite. Valkyrie Poppy. Cyborg Ezreal.
I'm pretty excited for the new Malphite skin.
Chippendale's Pantheon. Sippy Cup Rumble. Orange Smoke Singed.
Lots of good skins.
Nightmare Before Christmas Maokai.
Yeah, that skin. It's oddly creepy. That grin he's got, top of those white eyes.
Can Ezreal take off her gun arm?
That's a good question. Not sure.
Oh, my mouse is freaking out. I have that thing where it's stuck in the corner.
Your mouse is stuck on the corner, or well, that's not going to be a good start for Sona in this fight. Jjaja doing a good job of trying to zone out, but Talith takes a ton of damage from Wukong zipping right in. There's the stun coming in from Pantheon. Ezreal's going to get taken down right away. Talith pops that Ezreal Revive rather on Ezreal immediately. Same thing with Jjaja on that Malphite, and they're going to try to run back here before the capture happens, but Elalya and Aparkhurst not able to interrupt this channel, and the first capture of the windmill will go to the blue team, which is Cheese Enema, and they actually didn't lose a single life on that little exchange. So they got 2 kills and the tower. They blew 2 revives away from that, and now Jjaja trying to force away Archos, but gets stunned in return and already taking quite a bit of damage. But Elalya comes in from behind, is able to push back Pantheon and securing the kill for Ezreal, and now they're going to be fighting 4v3, but of course Archos now is able to pop his revive and try to come back into this fight. We see Blind Pick trying to wait, see if they can catch Pantheon on his way up, and Malphite's going to run into him, but they had just begun to split to try to go and neutralize this refinery, and they're going to get the neutralize. Will they get the capture? I'm not so sure. Elalya taking a lot of damage, but Archos also running fairly low. Talith doing everything he can to try to kite away from SifuCalvin. SifuCalvin's going to go down himself. Elalya still lives for the time being. Aparkhurst, though, we're going to take him down alongside Elalya. Double kill for Sona being played by Wawix.
What's the timestamp that you're at?
My timestamp is at 3:19, 20, 21. I see Talith running away with that mystic shot through the middle brush.
I'm like a second behind you.
Alrighty. I will just pause and unpause immediately, and
okay.
We'll see if that's good to go.
Yeah, just click. Should be good. Tell me what your time is after that.
I'm at 39, 40, 41. Seismic Shard just went out, and here comes the man drop though, so yep. Let's hold that thought, and he jumps right onto Aparkhurst, but there's a 2-shot barrage guaranteed shot onto Archos because they knew exactly where he was going to land. Elalya is going to be able to finish off that kill, but Rumble with that ult, a lot of burst damage on top of that damage over time, slowing Talith PA, and Blind Pick's forced to just back off once again from this windmill. Yeah,
you see Nidalee and Ezreal getting pushed back away, then they're going to go ahead and recall. And right now, Cheese Enema is in control of things. 483 Nexus health, forcing Blind Pick to tick down. Parker's doing a little bit of laning up there. Once a couple of those last hits, a lot of people going to B and come back. Kraogg with that orange smoke singe down at the bottom, a little bit low on health compared to Aesh there. And Aesh is going to go ahead and recall as opposed to trying to push the point. Or maybe he was doing a fake out, hanging out in the bushes now right there. Over Aparkhurst going to find Archos and Wawix over there. They're heading up towards the top there. Elalya's turning around. Stun goes off. Damage goes off. Archos with a chunk taken out of his hit points there. As Blind Pick seems to be looking for a good spot to engage. SifuCalvin dives into the middle of all of them. Drops the ultimate there. Gets the airborne off on Elalya. Elalya goes down. And Jjaja getting caught now.
Wow.
And Talith and Aparkhurst are falling back.
That was pretty incredible. SifuCalvin still coming around to try to get this kill onto Aparkhurst, but Aparkhurst picks up that health relic. That's going to be just enough to help her turn around and pick up that kill. And we see Talith PA on Ezreal trying to just zone out Wawix away so that he can make his way towards Pantheon, who's sitting at half health. And Talith PA also has that Storm Shield. The True Shot Barrage is only going to chip a couple minions, so not the most potential damage output coming out, but Aparkhurst returns. Still pretty low in health though. This health relic just spawned right next to Nidalee, so Nidalee's going to be able to pick that up and get a little bit higher. And we'll see what's going down here. Elalya has shown up with Jjaja though, so Archos is the focus for the time being. Wawix also running pretty low, but they want to make sure to take out the damage and the stun away. Aparkhurst is going to start the channel onto the tower while the 3 other teammates take down Archos. Now they're going to chase down Wawix, and that Ignite is pretty much a double kill for Elalya. There's the damage buff because of the objective being on the windmill, and this time around it's going to be Cheese Enema that it's forced to back off. And Blind Pick now has the 3 cap. I always enjoy seeing, these teams that are more comfortable with the game type. They take their time. They lose the windmill and they're like, all right, we'll take some time to regroup before we go ahead and take action, rather than all scurrying and trying to do what we can individually to take these points back, to pressure, the top or even the middle tower. But they know that at over 400 Nexus points, you still have a lot of time before the game gets crazy. But bot lane, Maokai gets killed while I'm rambling on.
Yep, Pantheon did drop down there, helped out Singed, came down with the ultimate, threw down the stun. Him and Singed had that handled, and now Pantheon is going for that point down there. Malphite gets taken out in the jungle by Lerch and SifuCalvin, but Wawix is fighting a losing battle, throws down that stun, and almost gets clipped by that Ezreal shot there. Elalya gets Wawix up against the wall, and Wawix might make it out of there okay. Aparkhurst low on hit points. Wukong is going to get him with the dash. Right there, taking Nidalee down. Archos gets chased away from that bottom point, but they're in a good position. If they break some people off, they can go for windmill. They should be able to capture that, and that's exactly what's happening right there. Pantheon and Wukong going up to the windmill right there, trying to get there before anyone else can show up, and Elalya notices that this is going down, and she immediately turns around and heads up there. She's got that Paragon, got that movement speed going on, and she's taking a lot of damage. The point not quite neutral yet. Someone needs to turn that over before the fight breaks out. No! Saved by Jjaja!
Oh.
Throws down the airborne right there. Is this going to be enough to delay for Ezreal? Fires off a shot, doesn't do too much damage, however, and Jjaja really getting unloaded on the neutral. Finally does go off. Minions helping out right there. Spear hits a fake Wukong, and now Aparkhurst and Talith are just firing shots off trying to delay it, but I don't think they can stop that cap.
Yep, that's going to be a cap back to Cheese Enema. That was a really, really good attempt by Jjaja. Pretty much did whatever he could to stop that cap, and he did extend the time, just a few more seconds. Meanwhile, Singed gets another kill, and on my screen, I don't see orange smoke anymore. I see blue smoke, and I'm assuming that they changed it so that his smoke follows the team's color.
Oh, okay, if it's a colorblind option. I couldn't live without orange smoke.
Okay. Okay, so on colorblind option, it's actually pretty neat. It kind of looks like sky blue cotton candy floating in the sky.
Don't breathe this.
But we do see a lull in the action as both teams are just taking some time to regroup. Once again, the game still, is in either team's hand well throughout. I mean, it's 400-340, not that big of a disparity. Still high numbers on both sides. We do have Elalya with that Storm Shield, and SifuCalvin and Lerch notices that it's the decoy, waits until he shows himself again to go for that stun, but taking a ton of damage from Rumble. They eventually trade kills. Rumble now exhausted, trying to fight 1v1 against Talith PA, but excellent arcane shift, of course, with the assistance of Maokai, is going to get the kill onto that Rumble. Meanwhile, Malphite has been chased away, and now Kraogg on Sin just trying to chase down this Ezreal, but Ezreal picks up the health relic. Now, the arcane shift over the wall once again, and this is why Gandair likes to say Ezreal is a slippery AD carry, because he can just jump back and forth between walls, but Pantheon's now going to come in with a man drop. It's going to cut off the path from Aesh. Aesh is now caught between Singed and Pantheon, tries to go for the twisted advance for the escape, but the stun lands at the same time, and there's the mega adhesive. Really, really well placed to completely zone Aesh out. Talith PA now comes back into the fray to help his teammate, but Ezreal's going to get taken out first. However, Maokai's going to pick up the kill onto Pantheon.
Yep, and Kraogg and Aesh trading blows there. Kraogg might be able to get him down, but if he's going to do that, he's going to have to do a lot of work, and it's going to be a pretty close fight, because Krog's damage is a little bit slow. Aesh's damage can be a little bit bursty. Up to the top, Elalya's like, hey, dead Sona, I can stand on it. and hanging out at the windmill there, although Lerch and SifuCalvin looks like they're trying to find a spot to make this fight happen, and they're going to go in for it. Elalya throws down the ultimate right there, and wanders a little bit off the point, not quite keeping them in tower range, takes some free damage without being able to give any back, is going to get chased off the point, unfortunately. However, Garrison and True Shot Barrage go down. Bunch of ultimates, one right after the other. Wawix showing up here, but I'm not sure how significant this Wawix's presence is going to be, with SifuCalvin being as low on health as he is right there. Hextech Sweeper goes off, reveals the area. Talith PA jumps in, SifuCalvin goes down, Wawix backs off.
Yep, excellent play, and that sweeper really useful, and I mean, especially against champions like Wukong, who also have short stealth periods, but also just doesn't allow him any more time to juke through that brush. I mean, you can juke in and out several times before you get taken out, so don't want to waste any time. They're able to just knock him out right away, and Blind Pick once again has this top tower, but they lost the Boneyard, so they're going to need to take some time to recap this so they can maintain a 3 cap for the time being. Elalya catches Archos here. Archos was spotted right before they engaged by that Nidalee trap, which also lowers the enemy's defense, but Elalya is going to pay for that because SifuCalvin has come in with that Cyclone alongside Rumble. Rumble is going to be the one with the kill credit, but here comes Aparkhurst now to help teammates, and it's now Ezreal versus 3 until Malphite can get here, and that's a good harpoon landing across the wall to slow down Ezreal so SifuCalvin can jump in and pick up that kill. The tower is still in favor of Blind Pick though, and there's an excellent rumble of forcing Nidalee to walk right along it throughout the end, and Sona's going to pick up that kill. SifuCalvin picks the kill onto Malphite. They're going to be able to get this neutralized and potentially cap. I mean, Ezreal's coming up, but it's 3 people. He does have some AoE. He tries to get the stop onto Wukong. He does get some good stops, but there's the minions once again helping out Cheese Enema.
Yep, and Elalya taking some damage there, but they really want to get Talith PA, but Talith PA just jumps right on away there. It's like trying to squeeze something that's really slippery, and Jjaja is going to retreat. He's going to get hit by that. Looks like he got hit by something there. I didn't know what. Maybe it was one of Lerch's shots. Aparkhurst taking some damage. SifuCalvin low on health. Whoa, narrowly escapes. Oh, Jjaja gets him with the ultimate right there. Wawix gonna eat that seismic shard and have to retreat up towards the top right now. Archos a little low on hit points there, but he is going to come down to the top. He wants Talith PA, and nope, bye. Talith, I don't even know where Talith went. Where'd he go? He jumped over the houses over there. Elalya's gonna take down Pantheon, and got the ultimate goes off for Elalya there, chasing down Wawix. Lerch drops that ultimate there. And they are in a okay spot for the moment, as long as they don't get poked to death by Talith and Aparkhurst.
Yep, I mean, that escape. Oh, there's the Cyclone coming out for SifuCalvin, the Talith PA, making sure not to get caught by it. Jjaja took a lot of damage from it, and here comes Lerch following through, is going to pick up the kill onto Jjaja. Now going to turn around to help kill Elalya. Archos taking quite a bit of damage, but Elalya will eventually go down. Talith PA has been trying to put out some good damage across the wall, but not able to survive. Is he going to be able to Arcane Shift down once again? No, and Aparkhurst is going to dive right into trade kills, but that's a triple kill for Pantheon being played by Archos. And now just going to turn right back around and be able to take this windmill back for Cheese Enema. And we have Wawix running into Aparkhurst here in the middle. Going to be a little bit of a 1v1 skirmish, but Wawix going to make... Yep, there we go. Dodges the spear and is going to make their way back to the windmill to safety. Ooh, barely. Also doesn't get hit by that spear. Again, dodges 3 in a row, intentionally or not. Elalya has dove in right past the tower, though, to take out Archos. Archos was running pretty low, and Talith PA comes in with some extra burst to assist with that.
Wawix is doing his best to keep these people away. SifuCalvin is up here now, putting a little bit of hurt on Jjaja there. Lerch showing up at the battle, and that's just who they needed. They needed a good damage dealer up there to help deter this fight, although they are looking to push pretty firmly here. Like I said, they have a lot of poke. You aren't really safe on a tower with Talith and Aparkhurst there to be able to throw that damage in on you. They're building up that creep wave. The engagement is inevitable right now, and Archos' ultimate is almost up again. Is he going to use it to get into this fight? Rumble throws down the ultimate. SifuCalvin taking a lot of damage there. Pantheon is going to use that ultimate, and he is going to come down. Who's he going to go for, though? It looks like he's going for Jjaja. Gets that kill. He's going to go for Aparkhurst next, but Elalya body slams into the wall. He gets that kill off on Aparkhurst. Now he's going for Elalya, but is he? No, not going to be able to secure that kill. Talith, you're floating. Talith, get the heck down from there. He is going to go on and capture that windmill. Aesh putting some pressure on the bottom, but Kraogg seems okay for the moment. If he needs backup, someone can just kind of wander off down there. Dodging those little presents.
Yep. I mean, Kraogg hasn't died yet, so he's in a pretty good spot. Just going to take some time to pick up that health relic before returning to his tower. The neutralize is going pretty fast, but there's the Garrison, and he's just going to continue just holding the lane. Really just kind of freezing it and pushing out when he can, and then allowing Maokai to push back a little bit. But we do see SifuCalvin coming down here with that Storm Shield. Maokai did start his teleport back to base, so he's going to be safe, but SifuCalvin is still around here. He is going to check the area with that decoy and going to start channeling at this Boneyard. It's going to be a 1v2. Meanwhile, top lane, Elalya gets caught by the creeps, is completely creep blocked, and Talith tries to help with the damage from True-Shot Barrage, which did do quite a bit. Wawix is caught in a bad position. Can they finish? Yup, Nidalee's going to pick up that kill, but Rumble again putting out a lot of damage with the help of Pantheon, but Pantheon gets melted immediately, and Lerch not in a good spot. Talith really just needs 1 or 2 auto attacks. Ooh, good shield to live a little bit longer, but again, it was pretty much inevitable doom for Rumble. Ezreal going to just hit an auto attack or 2, help clean up that kill. Meanwhile, Aparkhurst trying to zone out Wawix so they can continue pushing against this refinery. Wawix now against 3 people to try to hold this point, and we see SifuCalvin making his way through the map and trying to either set up a play or potentially going for the windmill. Doesn't get spotted by that trap though, takes a chunk of damage from that spear, and is now pretty much doing janitor duty, cleaning up these Nidalee traps, and it's gonna go up towards the windmill, gonna start channeling it with Wawix.
Does get shut down bottom. He could have escaped from that, however, he made the decision to stay down there and delay it for as long as he could. SifuCalvin not gonna die to that true shot barrage, but does take off a good portion of his remaining health. Another Garrison goes down on that. Jjaja with another nice save right there. And Sifu's trying to keep it from shooting with what little life he's got left. He's able to buy his teammates a little bit more time. Elalya's got the ultimate down. Talith standing outside the fire, chipping away at him like a Billy Joel song, and he's gonna get Lerch now. It's not. It's not gonna get Lerch. Nope.
Oh, he hit a Mystic Shot,
Yep.
but there was the shield, and there's an excellent Nimbus strike across the wall. The shutdown going to Wukong.
It wasn't Billy Joel. Billy Joel was "We Didn't Start the Fire." Standing Outside the Fire was a country song. I don't remember who did that. Botched that joke so bad. Parkhurst hanging around.
I was like,
yeah.
Sure.
Parkhurst hanging around, used that sweeper before dropping that trap there in the bushes, hanging out just outside of line of sight over here. Because there's a certain point at which, you know, you get revealed in the lane by the sort of natural vision of the map. And he's staying just outside that. SifuCalvin goes in, dives pretty hard for it, throws an ultimate. Elalya in a blender right there. Gets taken out. Sifu's so low on health. Backs out of there immediately. Archos takes a spear. Grabs the health relic right afterward to recover a little bit of that damage. That was pretty brutal that happened to him. Lerch hanging around up top now, firing off those rockets. Jjaja's up there as well. We got Sona and Wukong heading on back up here. I don't know if they're going to get here in time to stop this before the engagement breaks out. Talith can do a lot of damage. Missed both those skill shots though. Wow, Lerch barely living. And there we go. The initiation happens. Jjaja comes in. Garrison goes down off on that tower to defend it as Wawix helps support as best he can. Archos and SifuCalvin hanging out, looking for a good spot to try and get some damage in on. And Elalya shows up, slams him against the wall. Archos looks like he might go down, but Sona was sustaining him for quite a while there. Now it's Wawix versus everyone on a neutral tower, and it's not going to work out for him.
And Talith with just so much good micro dodges the crescendo and is able to pretty much stay on the outskirts of the fight while you know, his teammates are able to just put out the front line and the burst damage, and he can just keep putting out that ranged damage as ranged AD carries are meant to be played. So really good teamwork and, you know, individual micro coming out from all of the champions up top for Blind Pick Banditos. They have regained the 3 cap. Now they're the ones chipping away at Cheese and Nema's Nexus points. Meanwhile, bot lane Kraogg took some damage in a trade with Aesh. But again, it's pretty much back to square one. They're pushing back and forth, just seesawing, you know, doing what bot laners do best, which is just pushing, but then letting the other champion push. And Jjaja's actually going to get caught here, but SifuCalvin takes a spear to the face, and then True Shot Barrage is going to get melted immediately. Rumble ult is going to chase away Blind Pick from the time being. But Wukong still got melted immediately, so Blind Pick comes out on top. They didn't take too much damage from the Rumble ultimate. Jjaja is the only one who took quite a bit, but that's because he was caught in the entire enemy team. And we have Cheese and Enema just dancing around the speed shrine, trying to decide what they want to do, waiting for a little bit of a group up, and Pantheon's going to go ahead and take the Storm Shield. Can Poppy stop it with hers? Yes, Poppy shows up with their own Storm Shield and going to stop that, but it's a 3v1. Puts down the ultimate though. Diplomatic immunity, really great for these kind of skirmishes. Poppy's going to be able to complete Zona, dodges the crescendo by pushing Pantheon out of there. Archos is eventually going to go down to Elalya. SifuCalvin has shown up, but again, just the second too late. Didn't have his revive available, and there's the sweeper to make sure they can keep vision of anyone who's straggling behind. Lerch got tagged by it, so they're going to see Lerch going back to the base. Are we going to see them aggress onto this refinery? No, they know that some of the other teammates were fairly high health. They're going to be able to come right back anyway. They're just going to pressure it with these minions. Talith going to keep farming up the creeps.
And SifuCalvin over there, you push that creep wave away. Aparkhurst trying to throw out some shots, do a little bit of chip damage there. Kraogg and Aesh having another exchange down bottom, but Archos is here to back him up right now. Aesh trying to deal with this 1v2, but Elalya is coming down here. She wants a piece of this action. She's going to go immediately for Kraogg, and they're going to turn around and go for Archos. Lerch and SifuCalvin coming in from the behind here, and it looks like we got the ultimate that goes down for Wukong there, and Lerch is going to go ahead and turn around. He figures his teammates have got this, and do they? Elalya is getting low on health, but Archos is as well. SifuCalvin's got a lot of hit points left. Is he going to be able to take Elalya out? Yes, he is successful in doing so. Lerch gets eaten alive, though, up at the top, unfortunately. Wawix comes up to chase them back away from it, and she's Enema right now in a very difficult position.
Yup. I mean, they lost the momentum, and it's pretty much been in favor of blind pick right now. But of course, as our Dominion games, this is still in anybody's court. It's just that they lost the momentum for the time being. They had to spend a little bit too much resources in the fight bot lane to take out Aesh and Elalya together. They had to keep spreading people out and just spreading themselves thin. We have a setup here, but they did reveal themselves with the poke. Talith actually backing out, making sure to get his teammates with that Essence Flux in case the engagement happened right there. Jjaja's again going to be the one caught, but this time Cheese and Enema being smart enough not to use all of their resources on the first person they see, as long as Malphite, and that's a good ultimate from Rumble, but they're all able to get out of there with their little hops and blinks, and we see Rumble going down first. SifuCalvin trying to make an escape with the decoy, but has been tagged right now, so they still have remaining vision. Oh, the tag actually runs out as soon as he decoys, so Elalya is caught in a little bit of confusion, but there comes Diplomatic immunity, gonna help Elalya take out SifuCalvin. Lerch once again in a bad spot, double kill for Ezreal, and they're now going to aim for this 4 cap. SifuCalvin has come back up with that revive. This time it was available, but there's too many minions. It's 3v1. Can he hold this point alone? He already used his ultimate. He could use Nimbus Strike, but it's actually going to connect to the minions. It's not going to break the channel from Elalya, and the minions might be able to finish the job. Elalya trying for it. Wawix helping and interrupting the channels. The Q actually hits the decoy, and here comes the man drop, but the tower was capped, so it's a 4 cap to 1, but Archos does get the cleanup kill onto Aparkhurst, and now fighting Elalya 2v1. Meanwhile, Lerch gets the shutdown onto Talith PA, a double kill for Lerch, and they should be able to easily take this point back. Meanwhile, bottom here at the core, Aesh is single-handedly just sitting on top of Kraogg with a lot more health, running a little bit low on mana though, so we'll see how this turns out. Kraogg is going to be able to pick up that health relic, just popped his Insanity Potion, I believe, and we'll see if he's going to be able to hold this line. He's going to be able to kill the minions pretty fast.
Over here, Archos is in the middle of a blind pick Bandito sandwich. SifuCalvin throws himself into the mix, but the Hextech Sweeper goes off and gets that reveal there. Excellent item to have against Wukong, especially with the trickery that he's been trying to pull all game long so far. And it looks like Wukong heading down to the bottom here. He's got to bail out Kraogg. Kraogg low on health, and Wukong is going for it. He hits that stealth there. He dashes right on in, throws down the ultimate. Aesh gets the root off, and he's getting chased back to his tower, but Malphite is right above him. Wukong, I don't think that's safe. And he's just going to stealth away. Oh, monkey, you can't get me. Oh, Talith PA right there. Interception. And he's going to go for Talith, actually. Putting some damage on him immediately right there. And going to monkey around. Is he going to get away, though? No, he is not. Kraogg is going to show up. He's going to maybe try and go for a fling here. Put a little bit of damage on Talith, but Talith does have that arcane shift that he can use to escape when he needs to. Up at the top, Elalya and Jjaja trying to defend this point against Lerch. Lerch taking a lot of damage right there. Archos now the last one up there assaulting that point, and it looks like they have done everything that they need to do. Blind Pick Banditos had caught up in this game, and they're able to secure the win.
Yup, they were able to hold on to that 3 cap for quite a while. They got a 4 cap in the middle for a brief second, but they never lost that windmill, after about a little past halfway mark of the game. Really well played, but again, good plays coming out from both teams. But man, especially when we saw Wukong fighting Ezreal, you could see just Talith PA was really strong, already had his last Whisper.